One thing that I hear a lot from people in the gaming community that honestly annoys me a bit is that exclusives are terrible for the gaming industry and are anti-consumer, specifically console exclusive games. Now, I touched upon this topic a little bit when I made that video about a month ago on why Quake Champions should come to consoles. Because as of right now, it's a PC exclusive game. So I got some mixed reception on that video. A lot of people agree with me and what I had to say in that video, saying that, yeah, you're right, Quake Champions shouldn't be exclusive. I hate exclusive games. I hate console exclusives, but I also do not like PC exclusive games. I think that all gamers should have access to all games. Although I wasn't really arguing against exclusive games in general, I was just arguing against Quake Champions specifically being a PC exclusive since it's a third-party game, and it's being published by Bethesda, which typically accommodates to console gamers. But the main thing I was really trying to have people take away from in that video was that there's a huge difference between first-party exclusives and third-party exclusives. I do not support third-party exclusives in any scenario, including Quake Champions. But I think first-party exclusives are okay, and I spent a good time in that video distinguishing between the two. That was really what I was trying to get people to understand. But there was a sizable amount of people who did not like what I said in the video. They did not like that video at all. They thought I was totally wrong, saying that Quake Champions should come to consoles because consoles cannot handle Quake Champions. I even admitted that Quake Champions would be a much better experience on the PC. Like, it wouldn't even be comparable, okay, with the uncapped frame rate and just the better performance and, the keyboard and mouse as well. But that doesn't mean that it should not come to consoles. But that's quite alright. Dislikes don't really bother me as much as they bother other YouTubers. After all these years, I've gotten used to them. Look at my older videos and look at the like to dislike ratio. It's incredible, honestly. I think it's honestly impressive. Just look at this like to dislike ratio. Yes, this is from one of my videos. 46 likes and 3,051 dislikes. Oh my God, that's just great. You need a magnifying glass to see that like ratio. You see that little dot, that little blue dot? That's how many people liked the video. I actually did the math. I did 46 divided by 3,051, and the results, 1/100% of the people who watched that video liked the video. So that's 0.015. 0.015% of people liked that video. And that, of course, is the PC versus console video that got the attention of Rags and all those other people. And yeah, back then I might have pissed a lot of people off. I might have done a lot of damage to the community in a way. But can I at least be commended for the amount of dislikes that I got? Like, that's got to be a record in the YouTube community for the worst like to dislike ratio ever. I mean, that's got to be up there. I'm being serious, too. Like, I can't imagine. Like, find me videos that have worse like to dislike ratios than that. I don't think you can. But the point I'm trying to make is that considering my past, getting dislikes on a video doesn't really affect me that much. It is what it is. It's really not a big deal getting a like or getting a dislike. I mean, getting likes are better, but if you get dislikes on your video, it's not the end of the world, I don't think. So that's another side thing. I just think it's stupid that YouTubers flip out over dislikes. It's really not a big deal because it doesn't affect your channel in any way. You still get the interaction, you still get the views, you still get everything. You actually get more interaction when your video gets disliked because people want your head on a spike. But the high amount of dislikes on that Quake Champions video, again, didn't really bother me. But let's cut to the chase, okay? Anybody who says that console-exclusive games are terrible but PC exclusives are fine are incredibly naive. They say PC exclusives are okay because there's certain games that cannot run on a console properly or not run at all. Games like Arma and other big, graphically demanding games that just can't run properly on a console. It just can't happen. And I agree with that point 100%. This game would not be possible on consoles. It would not be possible if it was not a PC exclusive game. Except Quake Champions is not one of those examples. Yes, it would run better on the PC, but it's not impossible on consoles like, let's say, Arma is or Star Citizen is. Those games are definitely impossible on consoles, but come on. You think Quake Champions is impossible on consoles? No. But the whole argument that PC-exclusive games would not be possible if they weren't PC-exclusive, guess what? I could use the same exact argument for console exclusives. Yes, that's right, I can. You know why? Because that would be a true statement to make, that games like Horizon Zero Dawn, games like Uncharted, The Last of Us, whatever exclusive you want to name, would not be possible if it was not a console exclusive. Just not for the same reasons that a PC exclusive will not be possible on consoles, because PC exclusives are not possible on consoles for the most part. I mean, some obviously are, like indie games and other games. But I'm talking about graphically powerful PC exclusive games. That's really when PC exclusive games are truly not possible on consoles, right? So obviously console exclusive games would run better if they were made multi-platform. Mostly because a lot of these exclusives are 30 frames per second, which kind of sucks. But if we're going to have a true, objective, non-biased conversation about exclusive games, we at least have to admit that the games would run better on PC. These console-exclusive games would be better and run better on the PC. Of course they would. But they still wouldn't be possible on the PC. Except the difference between PC exclusives and console exclusives is that console exclusives are only possible on consoles, not for technical reasons or graphical reasons, but for financial reasons. Games like Uncharted, The Last of Us, Horizon Zero Dawn, whatever exclusive you want to bring up, those games cost a lot of money to make. And do you know how Naughty Dog is able to fund these huge projects? Yeah, through Sony. Sony pays for these costs. They give them the resources to produce these games. And they would literally not be possible on any other system because these games would simply not exist if Sony did not pay for the development cost of the game. These games are really expensive, and if Sony wasn't there, then the game simply wouldn't exist at all. You need to look at it from that perspective because it's just the truth. The game would not be possible if it was not exclusive. Uncharted would never exist if it was not exclusive. So say what you want about how terrible PlayStation exclusives are, but Sony and Microsoft are creating so many jobs by having these exclusive games because these studios would not exist if they were not exclusive. The development cost would be too much for the game to exist without Sony or Microsoft's help. It's just the truth. But I guess there's some people who would rather have the games not exist at all than for them to be exclusive. Okay, still not convinced that exclusives are good for the industry, that console exclusives are good for the industry. Okay, think of it from this way then. Consoles having exclusive games and exclusive content makes them competitive. And competition is good. It is not anti-consumer. Console exclusives are not anti-consumer like people say that they are. No, they are actually pro-consumer because exclusive games create competition among the consoles and benefit the industry, not hurt the industry. If Sony and Microsoft did not have exclusive games, then you would not have Sony and Microsoft both making consoles. If the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One were released at the same price and had the same exact games, no exclusive games, then why would there be the need in the market for two consoles? There wouldn't be. There would only be one console, and there would be less competition. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but no matter what industry you're talking about, whether it's the TV industry, the movie industry, the fucking porn industry, exclusive content matters. Exclusive content is important in order for competition to exist, because how else would companies try to compete with each other if they just had the same exact thing? And we could use actual examples from other industries to prove this. In the TV industry, CBS, NBC, ABC, and cable networks all have exclusive shows in order to attract viewers. If all of these channels had the same shows, what would be the point of having all these channels existing? What would be the point of having competition then? Or if Netflix and Hulu did not have original content, what would be the point of buying Netflix over Hulu or Hulu over Netflix? You need the exclusive content to draw customers. Fast food restaurants have exclusive food items to draw in customers as well. If Wendy's, McDonald's, and Burger King all had the same exact food items available, so you'd be able to get the Whopper or the Big Mac at any fast food chain, doesn't matter if it's McDonald's or Burger King. And if that was the case, there would be absolutely no need for multiple fast food chains to exist if they all carried the same food items. So if you're wishing for a world without exclusive content, then you're also wishing for an economy without competition. And an economy without competition is really bad. Can you imagine how life would be if there was only one fast food restaurant, if there was only one streaming service, if there was only one porn website? Can you imagine how bad things would be? So how come the people who say that console exclusives are anti-consumer and are bad for the industry aren't also complaining about having no Big Macs in Burger King or not being able to watch Game of Thrones on Showtime. Without exclusive content, without competition, the gaming industry would suffer so much, as would any other industry. So you guys do not have to like it. I understand that it sucks if you have one platform, but there's a game you really want to play that's exclusive to another platform. We all know how it feels. And yeah, it does suck when you're in that situation and don't really have the money to buy a new console, but it's necessary. But that pretty much wraps it up. Let me know what you guys think about console exclusives, if you agree or disagree with anything I said in the video. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day.